I think I'm not the only one who's been feeling out of it lately, and that's probably putting it mildly. We are currently facing a type of global phenomenon that historically has made huge waves in human society. This isn't the first pandemic to sweep the world, and history always repeats until we learn our lesson. So, because hindsight is 2020, we know despite all the horrible events that happened in our past, humanity survived to tell the tale. We know the sun rose again and the economy bounced back, and indoor plumbing and Netflix and Animal Crossing was invented, and life continued. So, taking the lesson from that, we can apply it not only to the present pandemic, but also to literally every disaster we're currently facing. So whether you're on the front lines of this current situation, or you got fired from your job, or rejected by someone you really like, or you got some really terrible news, the concept remains the same. No storm lasts forever. But because we don't yet have hindsight, despite it being actually 2020 at the moment, because universe is hilarious, we don't know what's going to happen. And depending on what you're facing right now, it might feel like your life is going to suck forever. It's like a caterpillar in a chrysalis before it emerges as a butterfly. It goes through a freaking painful transformation. And by painful, I mean they literally cast out their skin, okay? And then they release enzymes that dissolve and tear apart their entire insides before restructuring and emerging as a butterfly. I always wonder if caterpillars know what they're doing as their skin starts falling off, or are they just as confused as we are? So yeah, brutal. And that's exactly what we're going through right now. A brutal, brutal transition. So, how do we deal with the pain and the discomfort? Well, we can look to nature. Let's go for a walk. Life and death, day and night, young and old, everything exists only because its opposite does. The world we live in is one of balance. This is the concept of yin and yang. Now, I've been taking a lot of walks in this forest, and more than ever before, I've been paying closer attention to the lessons that nature has for us. Take plants, for example. The tallest tree, the brightest flower, they all started out as little seeds buried beneath the ground. So let's just imagine that you're that little seed for a moment. So you're this tiny, tiny little thing in this big, big, scary world, and now you're buried deep underneath the ground with no light in sight. And let's just make it more fun, shall we? Let's just add some rain. So now it is dark, and it is cold, and it is very, very damp. Still with me? Yeah, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. But because the rain loosened the soil and gave you some roots, when your time comes, you're going to come through that soil, and you're going to thrive. Yeah. You. Better days for you, according to the laws of the world that we live in, are inevitable, so, take of that as you will. And then you will see that the very darkness you thought of as your prison was the very ground that grew you, that nourished you, that gave you roots. And even when you can touch the sky, remember there still will be seasons. Winter will always come back, steady and reliable, just like the sun. But come every spring, also very steady and reliable, there you will be. Stronger, taller, more resilient, because you have rested. After winter must come spring. After being buried in darkness must come growth. Just as after crisis, disappointment, heartbreak, must come peace, joy, and love. More than you can ever imagine at the moment. Now, I've done a lot of thinking and faced a lot of my shadows during the past couple months. And of course, there's ups and there's downs, and there's a lot of realizations, but one of my most favorites is the recognition of the utter brilliance that is life itself. Okay, I know it's cliche, but please bear with me. Okay, just think about it for a moment. The very fact that you are here, right now, regardless of what's happening, regardless of what you've done or what you haven't done or whatever is going on right now, but the very fact that you are here, right now, present, conscious, and aware, it's a freaking miracle. You are literal stardust. Stardust made billions of years ago in worlds far away from here. And now you are here, you are alive, and you are present. So yeah, bad things happen all the time. But what matters is how you respond to it. Okay, so I have one last little story to help demonstrate that point. So there's this farmer in ancient China, and he lives with his only son, and they have one horse to help them with their crops. And one day the horse ups and runs away, and now they have no horse to help them plow their fields. Their neighbors see this and come over and say, "This is just bad luck." Our farmer, however, replies, "Bad luck? Good luck? Who knows?" The next day, the horse comes back, but it wasn't alone, it brought friends. So now they have multiple horses. It brought along a herd of wild horses, that's what a horse did. So now the neighbors come over in excitement and was like, oh my god, you have such good luck. But our farmer still replies, bad luck? Good luck? Who knows? The next day, the farmer's son goes out to train the wild horses, but ends up getting injured in the process. The neighbors see this and come over and say, we're so sorry that your son can't walk anymore. This is just bad luck. And again, our farmer replies, bad luck? Good luck? Who knows? And soon the village receives word that the country is going to war. Because what do you do in ancient China? You go to war. But every family must give a son to the army. But because our farmer's son was injured, he was spared. The neighbors see this and come over and say, your son is safe. This is such good luck. But again, our farmer replies, say it with me now. Bad luck? Good luck? Who knows? Ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu sums this up perfectly. Who knows what fate may bring? One day your loss may be your fortune, and one day your fortune may be your loss. So this story serves to demonstrate that no event is isolated. Everyone that you meet, everything that happens is interconnected with everything else. So no matter what's going on right now, I know it hurts, but this isn't the end. You will grow through it, and on the horizon, you will bloom. You will come out of your chrysalis as the powerful butterfly that you are, and you will be okay. And so, precious stardust, the light in me recognizes the light in you. Go forth and thrive, and please never forget your infinite worth. Cheers.